Today we're going to talk about the most common forces we see in the world around us. We'll be talking about net force, gravity, normal force, and friction. Everything we look at has forces acting on it, whether it's sitting still or moving very fast. This molcajete is sitting on the table because gravity is pulling it down towards the center of the Earth. Gravity is the force that pulls things towards the center of anything that has mass. It may look like this lime is being pulled towards the ground at my feet, but the Earth is actually pulling it towards its center. Gravity is a force that we feel every day, pulling us down and keeping us from floating away into space, like the little plastic spaceman. Where are you going? Come back! The net force is the overall force that is acting on something. The molcajete is sitting still, so its net force is 0. Anything sitting still has a net force of 0. There are forces pushing and pulling on the molcajete, but they're balanced, so it isn't moving. There is also 0 net force on anything that is moving at a constant speed. Now, if there's a change and it starts to move faster or slower, there is a net force on it. But any object moving at a constant speed has no net force. 0. So the question is, why don't things all get sucked down towards the middle of the Earth? Well, the Earth pushes back up on us. This is called normal force. The normal force is the force that pushes on things and keeps them from falling. This force always happens perpendicular to the surface. Everything in the room you're sitting in has a normal force that keeps it from falling through the floor. Let's hope nobody brought an elephant to show and tell today. The normal force is what pushes back up against gravity. Another force we see in the world around us is friction. Friction is the force that pushes back when we try to move things. Friction occurs when things rub against each other. Sometimes it's easy to tell if two things are rubbing together. Sometimes it's tough to tell if there's friction because we can't see it or hear it happening. The air around us rubs against us as we move through it, and it slows things down. If you've ever ridden a bike or skateboard super fast or heard the wind pushing against your car as you drive, you've felt this friction. It slows things down. In order to see how things would move without friction, we'd have to go way out into outer space where there's no air to push back against us. Now, I can't talk too much about it myself, but maybe our little plastic spaceman would have a thing or two to share.